In this video, I'm going to show you how to make drum and bass like SIMULA. So we're going to use samples from my Jump Up DnB packs, as well as the Chaos collection. So if you want to grab them, then there's a link down below. And we're going to focus on the drums and the basses that SIMULA uses. So we're going for like crisp drums, and he typically uses like a clap instead of a snare. So we'll look at that. And then to describe the basses, I'd say they're like crazy dubstep sounding basses, almost like on steroids, with kind of like weird sounding, eerie, dark vibe to them as well. So we're going to look at a type of bass that he would typically make, and then we're going to look at a sub bass as well, and an 808 bass as well, which adds a bit of groove to the track. So let's start with the drums. So I'm going to highlight the first bar, and then it's just going to be duplicated after that for 8 bars. So let's zoom in on the first bar, change to step mode, and then we'll start adding stuff in. So we're going to start with jump up kick 8, and this is just going to go on the very first beat, and then halfway across the third beat, like that. Next, we're grabbing jump up clap 5, and we're going to pop this on the second beat and the fourth beat, and then we're going to grab jump up clap 3, which is a bit of a low end one, and going to put that in the same spot so they're layered on top of each other. And then we get this. And both of these are in mono, and you can turn it in mono by just turning this to all the way to purple. Just means they're in the middle of your mix. We always want the kick and the clap to be in the middle. And now let's add some hi-hats for the rhythm. So we've got Chaos open hat 15. Sounds like this. And this is just going to go bang in the middle of the bar here, because you'll see the kick is slightly further across, so we can put the hat here. So we get this. And then we want to add some transient to the first kick drum. So we're going to add a hi-hat below it, and we've got jump up hat 23 for this. Just going to pop that there. Just adds a bit of transient to that kick drum. So the transient is just like the very start of the hit of the note. It adds a layer to that. And then finally, we're going to add a ride. So we've got ride 5 here. And this just adds more groove to the track. So we'll put this in. And now if we play it. And then this is just copy and pasted. Now, obviously, it would be a lot more complicated than that in a full track. We'd have like transition sections, probably every 8 to 16 bars, and maybe we'd add variation later on, but this is a good start. So now we've got the drums down, let's have a look at the basses. So now looking at the basses, on the screen you can see the melody. So this is the melody of like the dubsteppy sound, and then this is the melody of the 808 sound here. And this note here is an E as well, so it's just going an octave up. And let's just play what it sounds like fully post-processed with a sub underneath. So you can see it's really being pushed there. And now let's recreate the first bass, and then we'll put the sub underneath it afterwards as well. So this is the bass here with no post-processing on. Now let's make it. So we're going to grab basic shapes, put this -2, and drag this up to this triangle shape, turn the level off. And then we're going to go to LFO1, retrigger a quarter, it's all good, and just shape this into a nice little shape like this, and lift this up a bit like that. And then we're just going to whack this on the level here at 74%. So we've got this. Now we're going to put a filter on it to stop some of the high frequencies coming out. Put this on MG-Low 6, put this cutoff all the way down, and then put this on here at 64%. Just turn up the main a little bit. Turn the drive up as well to 38, just to bring it out more. And you see we're already starting to get a dubsteppy sound. And now let's go to like 41% on the res. Now we're getting that even more dubsteppy sound. And now we can simply bring out the sound more with some post-processing. So feel free to experiment with this. I'm literally just going to keep it simple with a distortion. Put it on hard clip. Just put it up to like 30%. Let's put a compressor on it. Just turn the gain up a little bit, and then let's whack a EQ on it, and then we can mess around with some of the frequencies here to get your desired sound. So let's just do something like this and boost it, bringing out the sound even more, and it's sounding pretty cool. Now if we just go to the post-processing tab, you can see we've got it on channel 25, and let's just turn it on. So we've got an EQ just cutting off the lows, because we're going to put a sub down here, and then we've got an EQ boosting the ranges at 1400 hertz. Now you can experiment with this. You can see the majority of bass is in the mid here, so you can experiment putting it in different places, like here. and it gets slightly different sounds. And then on top of that, we've got this big Pro MB, which is boosting some mids and highs even more. And it's just making the sound a bit more gritty. And then we've just got another EQ here, cutting out the lows again, because that MB would have boosted the lows a little bit. So if you can see, that's just cutting them out again for the sub. And then there is this reverb channel here, so we could potentially add reverb to it more. So this might be good for like a build-up or just experimentation, but we're going to leave that off for now because we don't really need it for our drop. And then there's this sub bass as well. So this sub bass is playing exactly the same melody just underneath it. And this is what the sub bass looks like here. If you want to copy this, it's just a sine wave and then the drawn sine wave with bin 3 at 71% here. You see, that draws it on. You just get rid of all the other ones. And then that just causes a fatter sub. And then we just literally got it on level here and level here. And that's on 20%. And then the EQ is just cutting out anything above 200. And we've got another boost at 50 there just to make it even fatter. And then there's just some sidechain going on. So with this and that, it sounds like this. So without the sub, with the sub only, then together. Now let's have a look at this 808 bass. That sounds very aggressive. And you'll get similar sounds like this in my Jump Up DnB pack and my future Jump Up DnB pack, which actually has loads of Serum presets, if that's the one you'd prefer. But these are actually from my Chaos collection, which is a bit of a hidden sample pack of mine, which covers quite a few genres and has a shed load of Serum presets in as well. This one here. And this is actually a pretty mad sample pack. It's got dubstep stuff in, it's got drum and bass stuff in, it's got house stuff in, it's got bassline stuff in. So you can really get experimental with this pack. So this is what it sounds like. Let's initialize the patch, and then we're going to grab a basic shapes again and get a square, put this -2, turn the level off, and then we're going to grab the level and we're going to create that really hitty sound at the start. So put this on envelope, drag this down like this, and then we're going to drag this on to the coarse pitch here. So this is creating that fuddy sound at the start you'll hear in a second. And if I press Shift Alt, click, drag this to around 11%. So you can't hear it yet, but if I turn this up, you'll hear it. Hear that fuddy sound at the start. And now let's put the envelope on it so we can actually hear it. And we're going to put the attack on 0, the hold on 190-ish, and then the decay on 400-ish, 480, the sustain right down, and a bit of release as well like that. So we've got this little shape here just to make the 808 more sustained. And then we're going to whack this on the level. And you can hear that there. So now let's add a filter, and we're going to go MG low 18. I'm just going to drag this up to about 3000. So cutting off any of those high frequencies. Now we need to make the sound more fat by going to the effects tab, adding some distortion, and we're going to use the ASYM, put this on 79%. And then we're going to add a compressor, put this on about 10 just to really boost it. Then we're going to add another filter. And this is now affecting everything. And we're going to put it on MG 12, 600-ish, 630-ish, 640, and whack this LFO on it at 14%. Now it's starting to sound polished. And then we can actually just put another EQ on it. So basically another filter, and just decide where to cut off the high end. This is up to taste as well. So we turn this gain down a little bit, get it even louder. And then if we just look at the post-processing, it's literally just an OTT on these settings. And that just makes it even more aggressive. It actually makes quite a big difference, that OTT on it there. And there we have it. So that is everything complete. Now, if you want to learn my method in finishing tracks, get feedback on your tracks, then make sure to check out my Music Production Academy. There's a link down below for more information on that. I really recommend it. People are getting insane results inside, and you'll be able to join a part of the community as well. And then there's also a few little effects I've got in. So I've got like this breath sound here. And SIMULA likes to use these really cool little effects to like add tension to the track and make it more eerie. And I've got like a little sound here. It's all just like really eerie sounds. And then we've got like this as well. And all that combined adds a little bit more to the track. And then we've got this little break sound and riser just to add a little bit of a pre-drop. Obviously that'll be more developed in a full track. So now let's listen to the full track. That is the video complete. If you enjoyed this video, why not watch this video here where I make a full Jump Up DnB track from scratch. Literally, it's over an hour long and I go through every single thing that I do to create the track.